Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Latest news and update show, the WREXfast Club, for Monday, January 27th. How is everyone doing today? Sorry for a couple minutes late there. We had a chatty Amazon driver that just pulled up. So what can you do? What do? You know, I apologize. How's everyone doing today on this Monday? Yes, we are in a Monday, about to army crawl through this week. But the good news is we're on the eve of Wrexham versus Stevenage tomorrow, getting back on the pitch, excited about it. And as you can see right there in the chat, it is a happy birthday to Steve Barton. It is his birthday today. So everyone, happy birthday, Steve. Hope you're doing well. Absolute legend of the show and in the chat and everyone else in that matter. So awesome stuff. Got stuff to get to today. I was off yesterday. Apologies, but a great show for a Sunday session, which we'll be doing more of. It was Ken and Patty doing deep dives, doing their thing, which is a lot of fun. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I did too. I listened to it. It was a fantastic watch. It's good to just listen sometimes and just listen to the news and you know, seeing the guys and gals just have a good debate. So that was fun to watch yesterday. So awesome. We'll be doing more in that too. But today is a Monday. Today's a Monday, and as you can see, it says Longman to start. That's what I want to bring up today too. Will Longman start tomorrow? I'll have my say. I want to get your say. I want to see what you think if Parkinson's going to go that route. And I have my thoughts on why it might happen. But anyways, please smash the like on the video and subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't subscribed already. We're on our way to 50,001. And, you know, if you know, you know. And the reason, it was a good show. And the reason why is some of the things that we're doing, transitioning, and everything that goes on, the memberships, the super chats, everything goes back into the channel because we're doing stuff like this. So this is in prep for tomorrow. I know you can't see my face, but in prep for tomorrow, the Stevenage game, this is behind the scenes stuff. As you know, this is like, you know, where the sausage here, how do you make the sausage? So in the behind the scenes here, all this stuff, this is from Sasha. We had it up the other day. See the live table there? All this right here too. If you can see that right there, that is all through the new design and everything. And also the sub count, which is also going to be monitored. So it can go up. It's live. This is all live data here. And Sasha, who's out of Bordeaux, France, has helped us out and put things forward. So we are improving things going on. See the lineup. We'll have the other games going on, especially tomorrow. That big game tomorrow, the Huddersfield match against Birmingham City tomorrow is going to be in here too. So all this stuff is going to be live data, and it's going to be a little bit behind the scenes here, where everything goes. All the super chats and the memberships go back into putting a better show for you. So I just want to put that out there and say thank you to Sasha. You're doing a great job. More to improve, more to do like that. So so there we go. Okay, how about we talk some football? How about we talk about Ryan Longman and why I think that Parkinson might start him tomorrow, and I think he should. And I want to get everyone's thoughts on what they believe will be the starting lineup. So get in the chat, be interactive today. I know there's not a ton of us in here, but I want to get an interaction going in, and I want to get some thoughts on some things right there. And I'll pull that down real quick. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. But yeah, the reason why I think that Ryan Longman might be starting tomorrow. And I'm fine to be wrong. I'm fine to be right. I'm fine to be wrong. This is not about me being right or wrong. But the reason why I think he might start is because he was planning on coming in the summertime. Okay. And why do I think? I think that Parkinson knows the player, and I think that we need an impact player at this point. I think that, yes, we had an unbelievable game the other day. I thought we played one of our best 60 minutes against Birmingham City, who are in a fantastic squad, and they are going to go up. I'm not going to be bullish and say Birmingham City are not going to go up. They will go up. They spent money. They bought a cam in this morning, I think it was. And I agree. Kelly Davidson, I think Longman starts. I do. I think Longman starts because in his interview, he had said that he was going to come on in the summer. I think him and Parkinson have had conversations. I think the Oxford stuff was a great smokescreen. And granted, if you're looking at surface levels here, of course, he should have gone to Oxford because he played for the manager there. But this is a part of a bigger thing that we're doing here at Wrexham in regards to the fact that, like, he wants to be here. I think we need a spark. I think we need an offensive spark. I think Parkinson might take a chance tomorrow for a championship level player and put him at cam tomorrow. There we go. Carol and HR, you and I are mind melding right here. We're mind melding. I'd love to see Longman start, hopefully at camp. I think that's what's going to happen tomorrow. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he'll start tomorrow at camp. I don't know. I think he'll probably now one would say you got to drop Big L for that. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't start Dobson tomorrow, who was man of the match tonight, who had a fantastic game. But the good news is when we come into this match, into the season, we were talking about having depth and the depth of this squad. Okay. It's a ruthless game. It's a totally ruthless game. And I think that if we go on the fact that, okay, what's the best way to achieve our success? 3 points on the board tomorrow at home. Start this young man. He can play. He can play. And I think he's going to start tomorrow. And I'm going to take off my red tinted glasses about having Palmer. Palmer's probably going to start tomorrow too. Play him off of Palmer. See what happens. Drop Big L back in. Maybe drop Dobson. Now, I know that sucks because Dobson had a fantastic match, but I think you drop Dobson, have a little bit more offensive. You don't need to hold that line, especially against a team at Stevenage. It's not a bad side because all the sides are really good at this point, but they're not at the level of a Birmingham City who are going to have a lot of the ball. So you drop Dobson out, or maybe a Matty, give him maybe a rest, and you play this young man right there, and you drop him and you drop Big L into middle of the park. What say you? Tell me if you think I'm crazy, but I like it. I think there's something to that. I'm going to get to the chat a little bit too, and I'm going to open up an invitation, by the way, out to Steve Barton. If you want to come in and you want to say hi, please come on in. It's your birthday today, and it's your day. So this is your community, your family, your extended family. We're happy to have you in. So please let me know. Let me know. You want to pop in, say hi. Happy to do so. Carolyn, I love to see that. And Chris says, no way Parky starts with. He'll be on the bench and come on in the 70th minute. Chris, you might be right. You might be right. But if you're wrong, how great would that be? Take a chance. Shoot for the, just shoot some threes. Dan Moore says, AO, Max, Scar, Stash, Rathbone, Macca, Barney, James, Dobson, Longman, and Palmer. That's the exact lineup I would go with tomorrow. That's the exact lineup I would go with tomorrow. Dan Moore, mind melding. I like it. I think that's it. And I know I've been critical of Palmer, but I think that might be the lineup tomorrow. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll tell you ain't going to start Mullen. I'll tell you that much right now. Loose, like that lineup at Dan Moore. Absolutely. That's the birthday boy right there. And Eric Cole says Longman won't start tomorrow. That's not how Parky does it. But what if he does, Eric Cole? But what if he does? And here's my I'm backing up. Come with the receipts. If you want to have a chat, I'll put a free one in the Discord. No, sorry, in the chat. I'm opening up the show today. It's a Monday. We gotta celebrate the Mondays. Let's celebrate a Monday. Okay? Let's celebrate a Monday. We'll open it up. Why not? We got nothing else to do today but talk football, and I love it. Let me just get this out of here real quick. Now shut that down. Boom. Okay, here's why. My thought process reading through this article, and I did read the article, and maybe pull the assets down real quick so we can have a proper look at everything. There we go. Okay, Ryan Longman came close to signing for Wrexham in last summer, but the winger wasn't going to miss out on a move to the race course for a second time. So here's what I'm thinking. We were after him. It didn't work out. Parkinson's been talking to him. Maybe this is the guy we were looking after. Maybe this is it. Remember, Dalby's staying up north. He's not coming back down. But maybe he's been playing Elite League in this role to get Palmer ready to have this young gentleman to come and play that cam role off of it. That's what I think here. The 24-year-old who could also play as a wingback has joined from Hull for an undisclosed fee. I think it's about 500,000 quid. And he's going to be here till 26-27. After making the switch, initially on loan from Brighton before making the move permanently in January 2022, Longman made 81 appearances in the championship for the Tigers, scoring 7 goals. But the time was right for him to make a move. And there you go. There's my boy Patty going to come in. Let me get to this little quote right here, Patty. I'll pull this down and we can come right in. Here it is. It was a joint decision to leave, said Longman. It was time for me to leave Hull after what I would say was a pretty successful time. And there I was ready for me to make my next challenge. I was probably ready for this move in the summer. Wrexham looked at me, but it didn't quite get over the line. When the interest came back in January, it was a no-brainer for me, and I put it pen to paper. 4 months on, and hopefully I'll be back up there, he said, meaning talking about going to the championship. I think this has been in the works, in the background, and we don't know what's going on. Patty, come in. I'll pull this down. We could just have this conversation about what we're seeing in this chat here, and about what a good man, top man. There he is. Boom. There he is. Patty's in the house. What's going on, brother? Am I crazy? Are you? Am I crazy? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Am I crazy? Is he going to start tomorrow? Has this been brewing?
Probably not.
Killing the vibes. Total vibe killer right there.
I would like him to start. I think we can, but that depends on where he's going to play, and I think that's the real issue. Is we do not have an idea where he's going to play.
Right. So I think it's the cam role. Do you think that Parkinson has been playing the Elliott Lee in that role to put it, because he's been planning on, maybe he knew he was coming in? Is that's I don't know. What do you think?
Sorry, my voice is a bit hoarse.
Uh-huh.
I hope it's for the cam role. I think that's where we need to bulk up a bit, get more legs in there, more eyes, a new striking attack from the midfield. So I hope it's that. If it's not that, then he definitely won't be starting tomorrow.
Right.
Probably late sub.
Late sub. But if he starts tomorrow, the impact player coming in off the, I think that makes a statement of just, we can't, and we're going to talk about Scar a little bit too. We didn't do a pre-show, but like we're talking about Scar a little bit, wanting regular game time. But what a trend it would say. You're bringing guys in from the championship and they're going to sit the bench. I know it's not likely, but I would love to see this impact and have that happen. I would love to see it. It might calm some of the BS down. Do you think, I don't know, with all the stuff going on about he's not going to play these players, and I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it too. Like, he doesn't play him. What if he starts him tomorrow and he does well? What if he does? He's fit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the fact that it's a home match makes it even less likely he'll start.
You think so?
Yeah.
Riddle for that one. Love it.
Because I think he's fairly comfortable that we have enough in our team at home. Everybody plays well. Don't upset the apple cart. Whereas with the away matches, we always have some issues. We never seem to be on form. So I think there's less risk in playing him in an away match. And he potentially could change things up quite a bit, just a new face in there.
That's really it's not like you think, like, hey, he's not willing to ruin it at home because he wants the points, but he'll do it away because we don't do it. So you're saying if it was an away match, you might play him. I think he might do something. I don't know. I fully understand. You and I, like, we kick every ball. We know Parkinson fairly well at this point. I maybe he's outside of the bike. Honestly, I think he can start, or he might not be on the bench. That's where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm going with it. I think I don't know, but I'd like to see him to start. That's what I want him to do. Is he brave enough?
Yeah, I would like to see him start. I absolutely think he's on the bench. I don't see any reason for him not to be on the bench tomorrow. And I expect him to get his 20 minutes tomorrow. Unless there's a scenario where we're chasing the game or something has gone wrong with the match tomorrow, then he may not play him.
Yeah.
But if we're ahead and it's looking somewhat comfortable, or we've got a lot of possession and not too much danger, absolutely, I think bring him on, give him at least 20 minutes, see how he's looking in the role he wants him in, and then maybe start him in the away match.
Is it just me, Esteban says, or does everyone love the way Patty just burst Josh's balloon? No fear. Well, it's a good debate. It's a good debate, and I think I really want it to happen. And trust me, I know we've had many conversations over the past. We're like, oh, maybe that's stupid. And you know what? I think it's about 60-40. He's right, I'm wrong. And I'll take that. I'll take 40%. I will do it. Hip Karma says, I just want him to get some time tomorrow. I want him to start tomorrow. I really do. What's going on, John? I want him to start tomorrow. Do you have a lineup in mind that you want for tomorrow?
Well, Brunt, if he's available, I want him back in as soon as he's ready. Because I think it gives the attacking pressure is better.
Yeah,
with him. So I want him in there. Absolutely, I want him for the away matches. Because we have enough firepower in the home matches. I don't really have too much issue worrying about those.
By firepower, you mean like one goal, right?
Just the whole team. We're on attack mode when we're at home, usually. And it works. And usually, and it works, and that's fair enough. So even if we're still waiting on a goal, late into the match tomorrow, I expect it to hopefully be reasonably comfortable that we're getting chances, and it's just a matter of waiting for one to drop.
Yeah.
But away is the other issue. I want every attacking player on in our away matches going forward. The only way to get higher numbers is to go full attack. If we're going to lose the matches anyway, you might as well lose them big.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. I don't care if we lose 3-0.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But if it means every second match we're winning, and every odd match we're drawing as well, that's a higher number than we have at the moment.
And sorry, hey John, what's going on? Elizabeth Jones says Parker usually takes time putting new signs in, so I can't see him starting. Here's my argument to back it up. This is a sign that he wanted to get over the line in the summer, and this is happening. So he knows the player. I think he probably
knows the player. He's been looking at him for a long time, knows where he wants to put him.
Right.
Palmer came in immediately, started playing. And so it's not completely unheard of.
Right. And that's why I think he might do it. I'm not saying he's going to do it. He might do it. Get Patty a Guinness, for God's sake. Let's go. So, excuse me. Now you got me coughing. Excuse me. So I would like to see that shape go. I would drop Elliott Lee. I'd probably drop Dobson because I don't think we need that much defensive two guys sitting in defense there for the game tomorrow. And except moving forward, I put him next to Palmer. I know I said Palmer. I understand that, and I would drop Elliott Lee into the midfield. That's what I would do, and keep Rathbone. That's good. But that's just me. That's what I think he could do. Is Guinness good for you? Sorry, bigger question.
I don't see him getting near the attacking role up the front, because I absolutely expect some attacker to come in, some striker. Okay. Yep. So if that's the case, and we have to believe it is, that they're still looking, that place is going to remain open. I don't think there's much point in trying to fill it for the sake of a week until the window closes and we know exactly what's happening at that point. I don't think he's brought in for that. I'm hoping he's been brought in from like an attacking mid scenario. I don't know that he is. But Parky does see odd things in people, that he'll move them out of position, that he'll try different things. And
it's not a misfit of toys. It's a how he positions them in his system.
Yeah.
Do you think this to your point, I don't think this relegates Macca. I think Macca's a shoe-in for sure. Yeah. It's that forward role. It's that and he's not going to replace Barney. But if you're a player at championship level coming down to Wrexham, he wants to be here. We all saw the interviews. He wants to be here. Did he have assurances? We don't know. We're going to see what happens over the course of the next few months. But tomorrow, I want to see what he's going to do. I want to see Parky be brave, and I want to do a statement. I want to see, where are they in the league, Stevenage? Are they 16th, or am I making it up?
Sounds about right.
Let me look real quick. Sorry, while you're doing that. The table. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, everybody. I should have put this up earlier. They are. Where the hell are? Or 15th. They're 15th. We're close. 15th in the table. Okay, so they're. Well, we can't take that into consideration. It's not. It's not like we can't go fully on that, but.
Something else you do have to consider, though, is this is not the start of the season where there's multiple players coming in, where everything is an unknown. The league is known now. The style of play teams are playing, who the dangers are, that's all known to Parky now. Yep. So in theory, he should have less aversion to plugging someone in if he feels they can do it, if they already have skills.
And my thought is, like, I think he knows the player. I think he knows how he wants to play him, and I think he could be brave tomorrow. I'm not saying I'm not saying he'll probably sit on the bench or not, but I think he could be brave tomorrow. Steve Barton says Guinness got me through my freshman year at university, because that's is Guinness good for you? Asked Bruce McFarland. Totally in moderation. John Merrill's unpopular opinions, but Guinness is oh god. Divert here. Here we go. Esteban says maybe it's time for Parky to start trusting his younger guys. Just saying. Well, he's 24 years old, and according to John Merrill, he's a journeyman at 24, and he can come defend that whenever he wants. But I think it'd be. You said you think you would start him away. I think it'd be a good game to start him at home, and just give him a run out. Give him a run out. What's the worst that can happen?
We can lose.
Well, it wouldn't be on him.
No, it wouldn't be on him. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I am considering in my head is all the positions that Longman is able to play.
Yeah. Yep.
If his standard is high enough coming from the championship, that he is pretty much at least as good as people we have in those positions now.
Yeah.
I would hope that he becomes another version of McLean, where Parky wants him in the side and will find somewhere to put him. So he may be cover for Maka out on the wing, but there's no need to replace Maka until he gets his yellow cards.
Yeah.
So if he starts him in around the midfield to see what he can do in that attacking role, he may just be good enough to plug in whatever is the weakest in any particular match. Almost.
Like you're saying, he'll find a place to put Mac at the midfield. If it's a striker, make something like a makeshift. We don't know enough about this player. We know he's good. He played in the championship. You know what I mean? So we know that he's good. We know that Parky likes him. And, in hindsight, because you and I were probably like, he's going to Oxford. Like Matt was saying, he's going to Oxford. He's going to, it has to be. So did he get some assurances? I don't know. I don't know if they actually do that. And this is just one game. What I'm hoping is that Parkinson is like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go put him in. I'm going to put him in play. And ego be damned. I'll deal with it afterwards. That's what I think.
Yeah. One thing is looking at his stats and looking at the way he moves around so much. To me, it seems a little bit more difficult in my mindset that Parky is bringing him in for one specific role.
You think he's a utility player. And someone said it yesterday, like, a striker's not a utility player. A striker's a striker. You can't have a striker as a utility player, which is what we're doing in Palmer. So you can't have two striker utility players. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but as I said, I think pure striker is the least of the positions he's brought in for. He could be a backup emergency.
Yeah.
If players go down injured or whatever, maybe he pushes up. Like Lee isn't a striker either. What's he doing up there? He's yeah. So, but absolutely, I could see him being a more attacking threat from the midfield. He plays with both feet. He plays left and right wing. He can cross and shoot with both feet. So I could see him being in an attacking role for our team.
Yeah.
And can play either side, run up either wing, depends on where he collects the ball. He can cross or shoot. I see him as a very interesting player for Parky's style. I do.
If we played a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2, I'd be like, oh, he's a fucking winger. Hands down. Play him in front of Maka, 100%. And John says, my journeyman comment is more to the face of him being around a few clubs and never ties the position down or stays somewhere long enough. John, you come in at any time, dude. The link's in the chat. Anyone to this free show tonight, free show. But come in and do that. But go on, take that on.
Would you consider, from his perspective, then, if he does have some issues with managers, in that they're not tying him down to one role, he's not getting a clear position, and he is not becoming the clear number one in that position. So he's not maybe happy with that role, that he's constantly moved around, that he's not always favored, that he's sometimes riding the bench. Maybe he is comfortable with Parky and Parky's style, that if he's good enough, he will always play somewhere.
Yeah. Yes.
He'll be a number one on the sheet, but then he's, for us, he could be a number one. And then the position is secondary.
So sometimes a freer role rather than a more disciplined role, right, might cater to him. And we need to know the player a little bit more. And like I said, we all need to learn a little bit more about him as he goes from our YouTube. I'm sure we both watch YouTube. He looks like a winger to me. He does. He looks like an exciting player. The reason why I think I want him to start and why I think he might do it, we need an injection of creativity, an injection of spontaneity. So I'm wondering if, and that's not Parky style, but I think we need it. I think we do. That's my thought process. Bruce says Carroll and HR as well. 3-5-1-1 is going to be conceded fewer goals through the middle than 3-5-2. So he's playing a 3-5-1-1, 3-5 rather than a 3-5-2. But I don't know how he fits in that role. But I put him behind Palmer. Let Palmer hit on the line there. Hit on the shoulder.
Yeah, the way a lot of our players play freely to move about, the 3-5-1-1 versus 3-5-2 is so little difference. Our players have to defend, they have to move, they're out of position all the time. So the strict structure, there's not that much difference. But it's just kind of with Palmer and Lee. Okay, Lee, you stay a bit further down, closer to your midfield that you're comfortable with. Palmer, you stay a little bit further back. That's all it really is. Instead of staying side by side.
Yeah.
It's not a crazy amount of difference.
No, 100%. It isn't. But, I do you think we're going to get the Smith thing over the line? You guys talked about it yesterday. Is that going to happen? Do you think we're leading to something? Do you think we're building something?
Yes. Is my straightforward answer there. I don't think that we would ever be in for Smith at all if there wasn't some understanding that he might be available.
Which Smith?
Which Smith? New Smith.
New Smith. Yeah, Smith. Any Smith. Just the Smith. Yeah.
No, Reading. Reading Smith, whichever one that is.
But the embargo, though. What's going on with the embargo? Can we make
embargo means he can't buy. It doesn't mean he can't sell.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, is he willing to sell? I don't think we would be in for him unless we have been told that it's possible. Unless the rumor is completely wrong, of course. Look, rumors could be completely off the wall.
And we're going to be connected to every single goddamn rumor. Anything that happens, like, and it's going to be, get onto it for sure. Yeah. I hope it happens. By the way, again, a special shout out to Sasha, who's we're just messaging about. But anyone out there that needs the API stuff, absolute legend. So it's good stuff. And by the way, Patty, I did figure out how to get you in the OBS too for stuff. I did. So there we go. So maybe we'll work on that tomorrow. Anyway, sorry, total side note there. Elizabeth, I found it interesting that the first interview Longman mentioned he was used to playing on the wing as a wing back. That's interesting. He was younger there. Is that where he's coming in for? So intrigued to see where he's going to play. He might come on late. I think he's going to start, in my opinion. Wing back, I don't know. I don't know what the wing back thing is because I don't know. I don't know.
Did you see the interview where he said it?
I did.
Yeah. I know it sounded like it was quite a few years ago, but he's not that old.
Journeyman at 24, says John Merrill. Yeah. Journeyman at 24.
But he did say quite comfortably that I can play wing back. But it was in my early career. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
He seemed fairly confident in it. So I would say yes. Parky likes to collect wingers because, like the Palmer position, we need solid wingers. And if they fall apart, if we have injuries, it does hurt our play because we put so much through the wing backs. So the fact that he can play there, that may mainly be kind of his covering position, and maybe he'll take over that role later. But I think he's going to start out of that position. I think he's going to start in the center first.
He's going to start. He's taking that Elliot Lee role, the Mullen role, off the big guy.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. But a bit further back, yeah. But again, look, if he has speed now in comparison to our players, not in comparison to everybody else, if he has the speed, his stats do show he's somewhat defensive. So if he has the championship pace and has better pace than us, he could very well cover defensively, which is what Parky wants. Parky, first of all, wants your defense to be solid.
Yeah, not give up goals right there. And John says, you think you could play him instead of Lee behind Palmer with his pace? So I don't know his pace. So that's it. I don't know what he has for pace. Longman, that is.
Quick answer, yes. But I would think that's kind of emergency cover.
Deep dive. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna get his pace. And birthday boy says Ronaldo hasn't been seen in 24 hours. Just saying. I'm gonna get his pace right now. And Chris says it's almost guaranteed that Macca gets that yellow card, so Ryan would play in that spot. I know Macca's gonna get that yellow card, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
so.
How
did he not get against Birmingham City?
Well, the other danger then is that there's enough matches in the season left for Macca to get another 5.
Oh, you did that. Didn't you do that math, like the averaging out, right? Oh, he for sure, right?
Yeah, it's worse since I last did it.
Okay.
When I did that, I said, no, he'll be okay.
Yeah. You were lying to yourself.
It's worse. No, I wasn't. That's what the number said.
Yeah. Because numbers. That's what
his averages have changed.
His averages.
And John's comment there, he was very reserved against you guys. He was very friendly. Very friendly.
He just rolled his goddamn car.
Yes, I think that's probably more the case.
Yeah. Right? And I don't say that lightly at all. I'm like, he literally rolled his car like the day before. Sorry, I'm going into his stats right now. Longman. Okay. What do you think Longman's speed is? Where the fuck is he? Damn. A deep dive on EAFC.
First of all, check what Elliot Lee's is. I want to compare them.
Okay. All right. Is there a better way to do this? I'm sure there. You know what? I don't know if there is. No, there's not. Ryan Longman. Okay. Ready? You want Elliot Lee first? Hold on.
Just call it out.
Okay.
If you have it, just call it out. It's fine.
Don't you see that? You can't see
Nope.
it. Oh, fucking shit. All right. Ryan Longman. Acceleration 75, agility 75, balance 73, jumping 77, sprint speed 80. Sprint speed 80. Okay. Elliot Lee, you want, right? Elliot Lee?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about him up front. Can he take over from Elliot Lee?
Okay. Elliot Lee, and this is not an exact science, but it should be. Right? Okay. They're both 67 overall. Okay. Okay. Acceleration for Elliot Lee, 67. Agility, 73. Balance, 73. Jumping, 67. Sprint speed, 67. Stamina, 82. Strength. So he's got him on speed. He's 80 on speed. And Elliot Lee.
Who would be our fastest?
Who would be our fastest? I don't know. Ravon.
Check Rabbins.
No, I would say no. I'm going to take that back. Rathbone speed 82.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. These are facts. I mean, EAFC is not going to lie to us, are they? I love it. What a terrible way to do that. What a terrible way. Mulberry Red is here. How are you? Mulberry Red. How are you? Ryan is going to give us an offensive life in whatever position we desperately need it. That's why I think he might have a kick up the ass to put some furry into the side or fury into the side. John says, can't take those stats seriously. It's got May having a better physicality than all of our midfielders. Well, I mean, Alfie May with that lettuce, you never know. I'm going to take it to the bank, and I think Patty would too. He'd take it to Vegas, go back to the World Series of Poker, and he'd take those odds, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's lying to me. He totally is.
Right. I was having a quick look there. So if Macca gets a yellow in the next match and he's out for the next 2, that leaves 15 matches for him to get 5 yellow cards.
Easily. I mean, easily.
So let's 1 and 2, which maybe he won't do. That's probably a little bit much, but then he'd probably lose out in the last 5.
Where are you in the so obviously with Longman, we're heavy with Longman. I want to move on to the game tomorrow, and I also want to move on to the SCAR and lineups and everything like that too. But where are you thinking? What do you think Ravon's thinking at this point? Different player, or what are we thinking? Do you think he's having a little bit of a thought process, like, why the fuck did I come here?
Maybe, But what he really should be thinking is, I better fucking improve my defense, or I'll never play.
Yeah, or change to 4-3-3, and never going to play. Yeah. Also, he probably didn't think that Barney was going to have a blinder of a year for sure, at a good year. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah, but he really was big on Ravon, and he hasn't get any time. And I say that too because Macca's going to get that yellow card in the next game or so. He's going to be out for 2 games. You're going to cover that. So I don't know. It's there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there, and we gotta. You can't get into Parkinson's head, can you? You really can't.
No. And for as much as we all give credit to Parky for the atmosphere with the team and family and all of this, there's so many things to talk about. Nobody has ever come out and criticized them after they've left us. Even players that didn't get to play, they didn't come out and criticize him too much. But then you see stuff like Jan Daddy Badbarton,
2 and 3, and they're 3 and 2, right?
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's gone, and he's the one that's a little bit straightforward with his comments and stuff, right from day one. And then some other players as well. Like all of a sudden it seems like one mistake that Parky maybe thinks is big enough, and you get dropped for multiple matches.
Scar
and others. It's an odd one. It really is. Like I do believe there's something there that if you get on his bad side, you get dropped and dumped.
Well, I'm wondering if it's even if it's a Parkin bad side. I mean, is that?
Oh yeah. Well, I suppose it could be anybody in theory. Right? Yeah, it could. Yeah.
You're not into the regiment, and you're not doing our thing, and this is it.
But Parkin is supposed to be the world's biggest fan of Palmer. But Palmer has never been dropped. Parkin hates him, apparently. Really doesn't like him. So
I've heard
that doesn't seem to matter.
A few different people as well. Elizabeth Jones says, Mac will like the yellow soon, possibly tomorrow. But he's very reserved against Birmingham. And Macca knows as soon as he can't play, then Long will be vying for his place. I think, Liz, my opinion, and I don't know shit about fuck, but he flipped his car the day before. I don't think he actually should have played that game. I would have watched out for the man and the person rather than putting him on the pitch. That's what I would have done.
Do you know? Okay, I have something to say on that. It will be very interesting to see what Macca looks like in the next match. Do we see Birmingham Macca? Or do we see pre-car crash Macca? We may have a redemption arc here. He may never get a yellow card for the rest of the season.
It might be, yeah.
That crash may just have leveled his mind, at least for a while.
I want to protect the person rather than the player. And I think we'll all agree on that. But maybe want to get out there. You never know. I don't know. I can't. We don't know enough about. But when that happens, you're like, oh shoot, But maybe he does. Maybe it is. But you know what makes Macca so great? You know what made Rooney so great was his aggression. Always on the edge, always going forward. You know what I mean? And that's what makes Macca so good. I think he's a yard or two off. I think he's a good leader, but I also think he's been distracted with the crowd in the last few games. I think we could agree on that, not focusing on the you know what I mean, which is interesting. 80% of his cards are stupidity anyway, says Brian Lou. I think it's
that's harsh, but I have called him out. There are probably 3 out of that 10. Well, actually, he's not on 10 yet. He's on 9. There are absolutely 2, maybe 3 that were stupid yellow cards that really weren't needed.
Build up. I think those are build-up yellow cards, right? Like leading.
No, I'm talking about mouthing with the ref and other stuff and grabbing people by the throat and stupid stuff that caused the yellow card, not necessarily the incident itself.
Notice how the Irishman says, just grabbing guys by the throat. No big deal. I'm kidding. Yeah, I love it. You're probably right. I'm fair with me to argue. Kelly says, I think that
that is something that could be checked very quickly, actually. I could go back and check the video on them on all 9 cards and see what we deem good, acceptable Macca challenges that you risk it.
And here's how you do it.
Versus mouthing at the ref and whatever else.
Yeah, you can go back and be like, go to the games. You got a card in 15 minutes. Go to the iFile, which apparently works, and do it right there easily. It's easy to find out. Kelly says, I think it's likely true about ticking off Parky, but I find it very unprofessional. I hope this isn't true. It's speculation, Kelly, and I understand that, but I mean, they're they're high level. I understand that. Chris says, as long as he wins, no one can say shite. I think he's talking about Parkinson, right? Does that sound right? Right?
Yeah, I understand the point about it being unprofessional. However, there is another way of putting that, which is it's pure discipline.
Yes.
In that you don't end of I'm in charge, I have the respect, don't do it. I assume he listens to them, but it must be the way they occasionally speak or whatever, that they get too heated or whatever. And the other side of it as well is if he has extremely high standards that he wants to set, if you fall below it by making stupid defensive mistakes, then it's absolutely you get smacked for a couple of matches. And if everybody knows it, then it can be looked at as pure discipline. And when you consider that versus all the positives that everybody says about him, then that's a style of manager. A completely different style of manager is there is no Parky test. I don't care what you do, what you say, as long as you can get out on the pitch and do your job. And I expect every single player to do their individual job, and that is my team. Your team effort is to do your job, and part of your job is passing to your team, completing your role. And I don't give two shits whether you talk to each other after you leave the pitch. I don't care whether you go for coffees. I don't care if you go play golf. When you're here, you do a job, and you better do it properly. And I don't care if he slept with your wife. You will pass the ball to him if it's the better chance of scoring a goal.
And there's Mac.
And some managers are like that.
Yeah,
it's simply.
I think that
you do the role?
Can you do the? I think that, but Andy's not here right now. But I'll just double check on that. I think that he might have had a conversation with him after the Shrewsbury game when he got into the crowd and he said something in public about it. And then Shrewsbury got. Yeah, I think I'm not saying it's all on him, but yeah, for sure, there's something there. But you're right. Go on the pitch. You guys can hate each other, but go and play well. I also think that Macca has been actually more tame than he has been last year because he has a captain's armband. That's what I think. There you go. I don't know. Bruce says, yes, there's no difference between punishing a defender for just getting beaten and punishing a defender for making a preventable mistake on a practice role responsibility.
There is a difference.
There is a difference.
You said it right. There is a difference, yeah.
There is a difference. Sorry, there is a difference, yeah. McLean gets another yellow. Never gets another yellow. I want you guys to... What do you... No,
he will. I was trying to make a general point.
Make it a general point, yeah, too.
Yeah.
On that note, moving on a bit there too, Scar in the back. Now, Aaron, if he can get out from under his. By the way, if anyone needs a mechanic, Aaron has a side gig. Happy to do it. He'll travel all over the world to fix your cars. He's happy to do it as long as you're willing to do his travel. But O'Connell or Scar tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the Parky route. He's gonna put O'Connell back in, but Scar should play. No, please, please make me wrong. Say it. Do it.
Yeah, the reason I think you're wrong is Parky put him back in, and he put him back in because of mistakes that were made by O'Connell. Yep. I don't think he did enough wrong in the Birmingham match to be pulled, and I think he will have it for a couple of matches and will have to prove his point. Again,
I want Scar.
Now, you've been sitting.
Yep.
Now's your opportunity. So, looking back at the goal that went in, where Scar was out of position and stuff like this, and listening to everybody talking about it, I do agree that it was partially the man marking system, and that he was blocked and slowed down by other players. They targeted him. And it's just the way it happens.
Yep.
But see, Aaron agrees with me. Parky will give
Yeah.
Scar a run of games now. So this is but this is just knowing what Parky is like. He now has his position back. O'Connell made the mistakes.
Yep.
Scar gets his shot again. You were waiting long enough. Now you're back in. You better keep the role.
Aaron just folded like a cheap suit. Oh my God, like a.
He's absolutely going to tell you that O'Connell is better, but I guarantee you he believes what I believe is that now Scar has the position for 2-3 matches.
He just sold himself out right there. So we do have some quotes from Scar about the game. There he is. Scar hoping to get regular starts at Wrexham. Here's his quotes. He said, "It's tough coming in having not played for a couple of months," said Scar. Yeah. "Training has been good and the staff kept me prepared. It's tough coming into a game like that, meaning against Birmingham City, when you want to be playing it. Wrexham extended their run, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit about that?" Go on to Scar again. He said, "We need to build on this point against Birmingham. We have got another home game, and hopefully we can take it to them. It then puts us in a strong position leading to these away games. If we can put in a performance like we did in the second half, and if we can keep it that way, it puts us in a good position." So Scar is making his voice known that, like, don't effing take me out. So now he's got to go prove it.
Yeah, and it is true. Scar will be a little bit rusty just from not being in pure match.
Playing the best team in the league.
Training is not and then that was point 2 is against the best team in the league. Yep. So you were expected to maybe lose that one anyway. So a good result, and that's what we came out with. So yes, to be fair to him, he needs the next 2. 1 home, 1 away against what would deem to be weak opposition that we should be winning / keeping maybe clean sheets.
Weak, lower. Yeah. We never.
And then at that point, if Scar has made major mistakes, he's in trouble. He may be sitting out for a long time, and it may be back to the favorite O'Connell, even if he's making mistakes.
I tend to think he had. I was in 2 minds, by the way, what happened with O'Connell. And by the way, thank you for the super chat, Steve Barton, on your birthday. Scar starts. Appreciate you. It's really welcome there. Thank you very much. I thought he put him right back in to get him back up flying, get him back out there. But the right decision was to put Scar back in. It definitely was. 100%. 100%. O'Connell is better. Oh, jeez. But that's not a point.
But that's just the way Parky operates. Yep. I disagree he's better, but that's his opinion.
Yeah, I did. And we love Aaron. Aaron, always welcome to come in. And Patty nailed it. Nikki D agrees with us. And Elizabeth says, "I agree with Aaron. But why did Parky bring O'Connell back in the first place? What brought that on?" You got that one?
Why did he bring him back in the first place? How do you mean bring him back?
So I think
no, Scar. Why did we pull Scar out?
They said he wasn't taking it out the back, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it might be as simple as that he wasn't playing the ball out the way Parky wanted. Yeah.
Which I don't need him to do that. I need him to give the ball to Matty or Dobson, and I need them to go do that. Or Evans back in. We haven't seen Evans.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. See, look at that. Scar says Kim says Scar doesn't really move the ball upfield. O'Connell does. Not really any daylight between them defensively. Scar is an old school John Terry defender. Okay. He doesn't need to move. He needs to move the ball to the midfield and go on. I don't know. You want to take that too, Kim?
Yeah, I kind of agree and disagree. If O'Connell was to play the role like Scar does, I don't think there's a massive amount between them. I do think Scar is just a little bit better. I think a lot of O'Connell's mistakes come from the fact that he keeps moving forward. He keeps moving up the pitch, and the mistakes come when he is moving backwards, getting back into position.
Outside himself. He goes with outside what he's what he's capable of doing at a high level,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So that is where the mistakes, I think, come from. Now, potentially, that might be what's saving his ass with Parky. Is if Parky is telling him to get up there and wants him more attacking, then maybe Parky is taking some of the defensive mistakes on his own shoulders because he told him to get up there.
Right.
So maybe he's not putting all of the defensive mistakes directly on him because he knows that's a consequence of him playing forward.
Yep.
And he's trying to balance what he wants to do, what he wants him to do, and he wants him to play forward. He's taking the risk.
Yeah. And I think it was capitalized in this last game because Matty James did give him a hospital ball. In O'Connell, that is O'Connell, and so I'm taking, but it doesn't look good nonetheless. Which brought scar.
No, it doesn't. And this was what was happening when I was absolutely shouting that Tozer needed to come out. Was hospital passes and these crazy balls and mishits that he just wasn't playing well. And I personally see these mistakes as, again, I'm in two minds here. How much do I put on Parky? How much do I put on O'Connell?
Well, you have to go out and put out there.
If I just look at the player, I'm saying they're his mistakes.
Right. But what is he being told? What is he being? Is Max being told to boot the ball long? You know what I mean?
Maybe that's a little unfair.
Right.
Maybe I'm being a little bit unfair to O'Connell.
Yep.
For that reason, because it's Parky's mistakes by taking that risk, by pushing him up.
And on that too, we've had such a solid defense, clean sheets, I think 14 and AO. We've had a lot of movement, transition with with our keepers being in. I mean, our defense is really solid, but we had like this odd period right now where we are giving up goals. We at least give up on average 0.75 goals. I don't, what's the average, right? At least
sounds about right. Yeah.
Sounds about right? Yeah. But we don't score 2 or we were at the 2 or 2.1. If that's fine, we're going to be okay. But like we've had that adjustment where we lost. Where's Brunty? It's been very quiet about Brunty lately, which I'd love to get him back. But we've gone through. I think we've had like the bug of injuries, and we're still trying to. I mean, I don't even know our best 11. I mean, I do, but does Parkinson fully fit?
Yeah, I don't think he's settled on it. And I think he is still, I think it's a little different from last season. I think last season now where we were at this point, the newer players were taking over and they were starting to be comfortably the first 11 at this point. I think some of the players that we brought in are not ready in Parky's eyes. So maybe that's a little bit different, and that's why potentially the starting 11 is not a guaranteed yet at this point.
You're saying Rev, Mo.
Yeah.
Rev and Mo. Who else?
Brunt a little bit, but most of that is injury, I think.
I think that's injury too. I think Brunty is Brian. I think Brunty is ready.
Brunty's ready. Yeah.
I do too. I think he's done very well, and that's unfortunate for Stash because I think Stash is very good. Medic staff should check his ear. Jesus Christ! And sticking with the back line, Parkinson did give shout out to Max. Talking about his class performance, and he did do. He said, "This Parkinson said, talking about Stansfield, who's one of the best. He's a fantastic player. A lot of people talk about Jay Stansfield before the game, but maybe they'll be talking about Max Cleveworth after the game because I thought he handled him brilliantly, and he did in the Hollywood Derby, which I effing hate. I'm not going to say too much because the transfer window is still open at Parkinson, but I'm so pleased with Max that he's a player who's grown with us usually, and he really has. We threw him into the deep end in our first game ever, as he's played a lot of football with us, and his development has been great. And tonight was a real class performance against probably the best striker in the division. That's really saying a lot right there too. Also bringing in, so you got to give him credit too. I think Max isn't the best with the ball at his feet, but he is a really good defender. He's only 22 years old, so it's nice to hear that too. It really is nice to hear that too. Max hasn't been talked about enough, says Chris. He's been pretty damn good last match. He plays with confidence. He's great. He is good. He's just not good with the ball. He boots the ball too long for me. I don't know. Do you have any addition to that?
Yeah, I think he's getting better with that. I think he's starting to look more comfortable on the ball, but he's not there yet.
He's not there yet. Yeah.
So I think again that's probably a Parky thing. When you're uncomfortable, boot that ball.
Yep.
Get rid.
Anywhere will do. Anywhere will do.
Don't make mistakes in your own third.
Yep, 100%. Because look what O'Connell's done. He's tried to fix that mistake, and it's led to another mistake, and then it leads to a goal or pen or something like that too. And they have been attacking Max on that side, and he's done fairly well. That's where our goals have come from, but
Yeah, and look, he's young, and he came all the way up through the academy and everything with us. So yeah, we give him the props he deserves. And I see him being okay next season. I can see him stepping up.
Yeah,
maybe he'll spend some time on the bench next season.
Yeah,
as he learns and takes the role, and potentially then I could see like the second season in the championship, him being back to being a starter.
I agree. Put 10 pounds of muscle on him, and upper body strength, lower body strength in those thighs and calves. And it is, I think that could help him out a lot. But no, it's good. I know we were coming up to the hour, but tomorrow, big day tomorrow for us, Stevenage. Build-up show, you and Ken, correct? Right? You guys do the build-up show. Yep. And then live watch along. Hopefully getting you guys in at halftime. I think I figured it out. I think I have it sorted out. I actually know I have it. I'll send you the link for tomorrow. And then Wrexham time, you taking that on?
Yep.
Awesome. And then Wrexham Reaction. Big day tomorrow, Tuesday. Exciting stuff. Really exciting stuff. Anything else you want to touch on before we let people get out of here? Been a good chat.
I think we've covered everything. Yeah, pretty much.
You don't want to cover the interview from what's your name?
Oh, if you want.
Where is
it? Let's end on a positive. Why don't we?
Okay, well, wait. Before we do that, that's called. He just set me up so bad. So just for tomorrow update, where people are going to the game. This beautiful photo right there. The information for tomorrow: Wrexham take on Stevenage, 7:45 tomorrow. So we'll be here 7:45. So that's early. So we should move some things up, right? Right? I think we should.
There's only 15 minutes earlier. Maybe you've done them by the hour. Yeah.
So we'll move that up. So this is on the website there too, and we will adjust our times accordingly. Is it really 7:45? Okay, I have to move it up. So that's on the website. And then what we were just referring to was the. Oh, I lost the interview. Shit. Oh, it's over here. Is it here? Sorry, I totally effed this up. Where did it go? Okay, the interview. What was her name? Alan. I don't even know her name. Whatever, Alan. Whatever.
We have it in the Discord. Hang on.
Do we? Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
We do have it in Discord. Okay, sorry about that. And by the way, Luton are looking to try to buy Richard Kone, which is good. Hopefully he goes ASAP.
Okay, it's in private chat.
You got it? Sorry, we're just about to get out of here, but we want to bring this up. Okay. There we go. No. Come on, you. Got it. Okay, so there was an interview that what's her name
again? Kayleen Allen.
Yeah, that she had given to everybody, to the what the hell?
The Match Day Live, the Wrexham Match Day Live.
Yeah, I think this is one you guys are doing Wrexham time. Was it? Oh no. So this was the interview that came up. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. But, they're
executive director at Wrexham Football Club.
I'm beyond honored to have been selected as executive director. I cannot thank the community and the existing board enough. Humphrey, Sean, Rob, Ryan, they've been exceptional mentors to get me here. So I'm beyond grateful in words, honestly.
Now, I know you've been over here for a few days and you fitted a lot in on this visit, Kayleen. Tell us about some of the projects you've been able to get a flavour of.
Oh my gosh, it's been exceptional. There's so many exciting things going on, from the new cop stand to building out the academy project. This morning, we spent some time with Andy at the academy, meeting some of the lads down there and looking at the build out of the Darlin project. It was exceptional. I mean, that's the next generation of Wrexham, is those lads, those 120 boys that are playing out there. So great to spend some time with them and really get to see a long-term impact, not just on the club itself, but the community. It's an investment in both those lads, but the long-term growth of Wrexham. And then from the cop stand, We've had some terrific meetings there. Excited to release the plans here in early February for everyone to see it. It's exceptional. Populous has done an incredible job, and 5,500 seats coming soon. It's going to be really exciting. It does feel authentic to Wrexham. I mean, even the materiality of what they're using to build that, the brick and the actual authenticity of the stadium. It's iconic, but it's still very much Wrexham feel. So really excited to share that.
And I know you spent a little bit of time at the Rock.
All right, we'll stop there. I think it's great. I think it's great. Thoughts? Yeah. It's good to have her on board. It really is.
She's a sweet lady.
Yeah, sweet. I think that she really cares and she's ready to. Kayleen Allen. I think she's the daughter, I'm guessing, or am I making that up?
No, I think she's the daughter. Yeah.
I think she's okay. So hopefully that she can come in and make a difference. Okay, well, it's always good to have an investment in people that give a shit about the club, which is awesome. Tom says, great show, Les. Listen almost every day. Love Josh's presenting style and fellow Irishman's Patty analysis. Blues fan wishing you all the best.
Cheers, Tom.
Cheers,
Slánta.
Tom. Yes.
Slánta.
What's that mean?
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Slánta. Is that right?
Slánta.
Yeah.
You're American. You'll never get it right.
No, happy. Thanks, Tom. That's the good thing about it. Like, you have an Irish guy, and an American, and an Aussie, and a Midwestern guy. It's fun. It's so good. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. As Patty just said, everyone drinks when she says, "I can't." I'll take all. I think it's great. I think she cares about the club. I think she's going to do good things for the town. There, I'll leave it at that. Does that sound good? Good? Yeah. Patty, what time are you guys going to go live before tomorrow? You can. 45 minutes before showing?
Yeah, that'll be enough. Yeah,
Okay,
I think that's good. We can always drop on a few minutes early if everything is sorted anyway. So 45 is good.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Great chat. Good to see you, man. Good show yesterday too. Deep dive on that. It's awesome fun. So, big show tomorrow. Got a full slate of full schedule for us. And Patty, I appreciate you coming in. And sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I'm trying not to. On that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.